presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Oh, the Padres are so glad to be back home in San Diego. They welcome in the Philadelphia Phillies for the first of three. Now the Padres back at Petco Park after a three-city tour. It was a long one, but happy to be back home again. So is Corey Spangenberg. Had a huge day yesterday. 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. And quite a day yesterday. Odubel Herrera in lineup again, and he is rolling right now. A 16-game hitting streak. That's the longest in the majors. Along the way at 377, 3 homers, and 9 runs batted in. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, the Padres, after a 3-city tour, wrapped it up in Los Angeles yesterday. They are back home and playing some very good baseball here at home.
You like sleeping in your own bed?
I do.
You like waking up in your own house?
I do.
I think in any professional sport, you look at the major sports, usually the home record is better than the road record. And when you break it down for the Padres, it's pretty darn close. 29-27 this year at home. The home average hitting, 235 at home, only 234 on the road. It's only 1 point, right? How about ERA? Fewer runs given up at home, 4.21 as opposed to 5.29. I just think it's the comfort factor being at home. You're at your home digs, you're here with your family, and being here at Petco Park. Who doesn't like to produce here and have better record and better numbers here at Petco Park than the San Diego Padres? Hopefully they keep it going tonight.
It has been a very difficult season for these Philadelphia Phillies, but certainly even more so on the road.
Well, they've got some bright spots on this team. When you talk about up the middle, the second baseman and the shortstop, yes. But as far as pitching is concerned, well, there's some question marks there. But Pop on the road, no go. Only 48 home runs on the road this season. That's last in Major League Baseball. And when you play at a ballpark like Petco Park, I think it's pretty fair nowadays, but still, good pitching is going to beat the good hitting. I think if the Padre pitching staff can keep the Phils in the yard, and it shows right there that they can't do that, work the grass, use a two-seamer, keep them in the ballpark. I like their chances because this Philadelphia Philly team is really struggling right now.
Now the Padres will be home for the entire week. Game 1 of a 3-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies coming up. And the Padres have powered up, tied for the lead in the National League in extra base hits since the All-Star break. Bob Scanlon will check in with manager Andy Green when we return to Petco Park after this.
Got it.
It is very good.
Only the Nationals and the Cubs have hit more home runs than the Padres.
Up on top of the Western Meadows building again. Coleman with his first Major League home run. It's a walk-off, 2-run home run for Hector Sanchez.
The Padres have been playing the power game lately. 6 home runs in the Dodgers series, 18 home runs on the last road trip. And since the All-Star break, no team in Major League Baseball has had more extra base hits or multi-home run ball games than the Padres. They've been getting it done with the long ball. Is Andy Green surprised? Well, here's what the skipper had to say.
I think when you look where our lineup has been for most days, you're looking at Will down in the 5-hole, Hunter in the 6 or the 7-hole. Austin Hedges, most of his hits go for extra bases down at the bottom of the order. So talking about a long lineup as far as the ability to drive the baseball, I think our greatest challenge still remains like take the free pass when it's given to you, take the walk, and kind of move the chains for somebody else. If we can get to that point and still drive the baseball, we'll turn into a dynamic offensive club.
Andy loves the power. He just wants to see a little bit more on-base percentage to make those long balls actually count. The interesting thing, too, the damage being done by not the usual suspects. Manny Margot is leading in home runs. It's been Jose Perella with the most extra base hits, and Corey Spangenberg racking second in both of those categories since the All-Star break for the Padres. Time to get filthy. Filthy. Get it? Travis Wood needs to get nasty against the Phils. Friars. Phils. First pitch coming up next, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the Buy Two, Get Two. By Petco, where the pets go. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup. Shop at ChooseNissan.com. Manuel Margot here at the ballpark, and brand new baby here at the ballpark as well.
How precious is that?
Enjoying some family time prior to the ball game.
That's great.
Now taking the field are the Friars tonight, and It is Travis Wood taking the hill tonight for San Diego as we check out the weather report. Brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 69 degrees as we get it started tonight with a southwest breeze at 8 miles per hour. Forecast is for mostly cloudy, and there is a lot of cloud cover above the stadium as we get it started. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon with you from Petco Park in San Diego. Game 1 of the 3-game series between the visiting Philadelphia Phillies and the San Diego Padres. Pete McCann brings his Phillies in as we check out the Phillies lineup. It is brought to you by Hyundai. Cesar Hernandez leading it off. He is at second base with Freddie Galvis, the shortstop, batting second. Odubel Herrera is in center field with Reese Hoskins just called up in left field. Tommy Joseph is at first base with Nick Williams in right field. Maikel Franco is at third base batting seventh with Cameron Rupp doing the catching. He bats eighth. And Jared Eichhoff, the pitcher, batting out of the 9 spot. And on the mound is Travis Wood making his 4th start in the Padres uniform.
And hopefully sets the tone for this homestand for the 30-year-old. Fastball command is key, and putting away hitters with 2 strikes is also something. Since July 20th, he's been doing well with the Padres. His average 158 opponents hitting off him when he's got 2 strikes on him and no extra base hits in that category.
And ready to work here to Cesar Hernandez, the second baseman for the Phillies. And the first pitch of the ball game is going to miss for ball 1. First of 3 with Philadelphia as the Padres and Phillies meet for the second time this year. Hernandez in his 84th game of the year, 294, 7 homers, and 22 runs batted in. A slap and foul off to the right out of play. And the Phillies having lost 2 out of 3 over the weekend to the Mets. Travel cross country here to take on the Padres. Padres losing 2 out of 3 over the weekend at Dodger Stadium. Pete McCann here with the Phillies. They're in last place in the National League East. 43-72 coming into tonight's action. And a liner to second base, stabbed by Asuaje. 1 down. Let's play by Asuaje to his left. He's part of the Padres defensively. And let's check out the Padres defense, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Left to right in the outfield, it is Jose Perella, Manuel Margot, and Matt Caesar with Corey Spangenberg at third base. You got Hervis Solarte at short. Carlos Asuaje at second. Will Myers at first. And Austin Hedges doing the catching for Travis Wood. 1 out in the first inning. And here is Freddie Galvis. Spangenberg in on the grass at third in case Galvis entertains any thoughts of bunting. He's had a good year. Very good defensive shortstop. One of the game's best.
Yeah, some bright spots on this Phillies team, and up the middle you can start there with second and shortstop. And Don, you and I were talking with some of the Phillies broadcasters before the game. They say, you know what, this kid's got gold glove type stuff. Defensively at shortstop for the fighting Phils.
So many years manned by Jimmy Rollins at shortstop during some very good Phillies seasons. As Galvis will take that pitch, didn't miss by a lot. And Wood falls behind here, 2-1. 1-1 with a 6.19 earned run average in his 4 starts with San Diego. Was coming over as part of the deal with the Kansas City Royals. And falling behind Galvis now, 3-1.
Well, you mentioned Corey Spangenberg now even with the bag at third base. 3-1, he's going to be hacking. Talk about bunt hits. Freddie Galvis, he's got 5 of them. That's 4th in the NL. He's going to be hacking here, though.
Out towards right center field, and on the move is Caesar, and he'll get there. Nice running catch for Matt Caesar coming from right into right center field. Line drive hung up long enough, and Galvis is out number 2. That's time down for the Arco top tier player profile. And we take a look at Odubel Herrera, who is coming up here, the center fielder. And Herrera at 382 since the All-Star break. Jose Altuve at 407. Charlie Blackmon at 402. The only guy's better than Herrera right now.
He's a doubles machine. Tied for first.
286, 12 homers, 45 runs batted in overall. And he bats here with 2 down in the first inning. And Spangenberg in on the grass at third, and a swing and a miss for Herrera. Travis Wood losing in his last start against the Cincinnati Reds. He allowed 6 runs, 5 earned over 5 innings, and an 8-3 Padres loss. Elevated fastball, and it's 0-2.
Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres, said this about Travis Wood and his bullpens. Good two-seam action and good high life on the high fastball. We just saw a high fastball there. He's an extreme fly ball pitcher.
They're fouling it back. Well, you got a couple teams here who have trouble scoring runs. The Padres have scored the fewest runs in the majors, and the Phillies have scored the next fewest runs in the majors. And they go head-to-head here.
Something's got to give, is what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm saying. Somebody's going to score some runs in this series.
Yeah, so stay tuned. It's going to be a thriller. And this is where Travis Wood doesn't have to throw a strike. Out of the zone with a cutter, out of the zone with a high fastball. So many avenues right here to go. There you go. I love peeking into the signs. I thought it's always intriguing to find out what Austin Hedges is thinking now that they bounced the slider in the dirt, 1-2. Slider, fastball away.
Herrera chases in and fouls it back off to our left and out of play.
See those fastballs up in the zone, right? Tough for Herrera to get on top of it. And with that,
off it too.
Exactly. It looks so good out of the hand. And with that said, the extreme shift in the outfield for San Diego. Look at how much over they are towards that left center field gap and the line.
Aparello very close to the line in left field. 1-2 again to Herrera. And he'll chase it to strike out. First K of the night for Travis Wood. A 1-2-3 first inning. Padres are coming up. For the first inning, Padres coming up here in the bottom of the first inning. And here's the Padres lineup brought to you by Toyota. Manuel Margot lead it off. He's in center field with Carlos Suaje at second base. Jose Perella in left bats third with Yangervis Solarte at shortstop. Will Myers at first with Corey Spangenberg at third base. Matt Caesar in right bats seventh with Austin Hedges doing the catching eighth. And Travis Wood out of the ninth spot. He will bat ninth and pitch for the Padres in tonight's game. Jared Eichhoff on the mound tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies.
I think the Phillies got themselves a good one in this young right-hander. Better fastball command lately, and the curveball is his best secondary pitch. Let's keep an eye on the back leg. Sometimes he breaks down on that back leg, and he'll have to work around the curveball. If he stays taller on the backside, gets up on top, better movement and break on that yacker.
Manuel Margot to lead it off here for San Diego in the bottom of the first inning. 274, 12 homers, and 30 runs batted in for Margot. Eichhoff 3-7 coming in, 4.45 earned run average, his 21st start of the year. That looked like a pretty good pitch.
Sure did.
3 career starts against the Padres. Eichhoff 3-0 with a 2.00 earned run average, allowing only 4 earned runs in 18 innings pitched. Fly ball headed out towards right field. Nick Williams is out there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1 at the bottom of the first inning. Let's check out the Phillies defensively. Reese Hoskins in left field with Jubal Herrera in center. Nick Williams who just made the catch in right. Mikel Franco at third base. Freddie Galvis at short. Cesar Hernandez at second. Tommy Joseph at first. And Cameron Rupp doing the catching for Jared Eichhoff. And we talked about how good Galvis has been defensively. Second best in the National League among shortstops in fielding percentage. One down here in the bottom of the first inning for Carlos Suaje.
And do you find it odd that Franco is wearing the number 13, being from Venezuela? Luis Aparicio, Omar Vizquel. A lot of shortstops from Venezuela wear the number 13. Although Luis Aparicio wore number 11, so that blew that theory right out of the water. Who says it's a bad number, a bad luck number?
Alex Rodriguez wore it.
That's right.
One down here in the first inning, and Suaje will take a pitch in tight. 2 home runs for Carlos, 12 runs batted in. Center fielder Herrera pretty deep out there in center field. As the pitcher will miss, and it's now 3-1. It's as deep as you see a center fielder play.
Yes, it is. Well, let's see if Eichhoff can throw that curveball early in the count. Now 3-1, pretty much a fastball count. He will very rarely throw a changeup. He'll mix in a slider as well.
Fouled off to the left out of play.
But from what I've seen and when talking to people, he's pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher. Fastball, curveball.
With the Braves in his last start, allowing 2 runs in 6 2/3. 3-2 Phillies win. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Oh, I love the keys. Who doesn't love the keys? Knock Eichhoff off the hill early. Get into that Philly bullpen and take advantage of the Philly mistakes. Young team, they've made some mistakes. No power on the road. So many things that can add up to, if the Padres play their game the way they know they can, end up with a victory in game 1 of the series.
That's ball 4, and Suaje down to first base, a 1-out walk. 1 on, 1 out, and it brings up Jose Perella, still batting in that 3 spot.
Speaking of Eichhoff, it's been tough for him to win back-to-back decisions because it's almost been a year since he's done that. That's another thing going the Padres' way. Since August 7th and 13th of last year, 2016, last time he went back-to-back starts.
295, 8 homers, 27 runs batted in for Jose Perella. In the start in left field. Go flat out to right. Suaje walked it out. Perella waiting on a 1-0 pitch from Eichhoff. And that'll drop in there for a strike. He's back to that breaking ball again. And here's Solarte waiting on deck in the cleanup spot. A very good road trip for the Padres. 3-city tour for San Diego. Fly ball foul off to the right out of play.
Talk about strengths and weaknesses. How about the youngster Eichhoff? His strength, he's got that curveball. We documented that. Opponent's hitting only 130 off that pitch, and ineffective fastball. It's straight from what we've seen. It's not overpowering, so he really has to be locating that pitch well, and then the rest of the arsenal. Very rarely the slider and changeup.
Well, thought about it, but it's a pitch away. It doesn't take. It's 2-2.
See how that one just kind of rolled up there, and it really didn't have that sharp break to it. Tell you what, you leave one of those middle in, and that'll speed up the bat of a right-hander, and you can do some damage.
Over to first, and Suaje literally was a step off the bag. They had decided they were going over there either way, so he able to get back pretty easily. Lead not terribly large over there, held on by Tommy Joseph, first baseman. Perella goes around on the 2-2 pitch. That fooled him. The breaking ball in the dirt. First strikeout for Eichhoff. 2 down here in the first inning.
Out of the zone. You know, see that? That's more like a slider. It could have been a slider, but any way you look at it, out of the hand, he just couldn't hold up. And with 2 strikes, got to protect. It definitely had a slider spin on it. Now, I don't know whether that's a true slider or if that was a curveball. He just didn't get up on top enough.
So 2 down. Suaje at first base, and here's Yangervis Solarte. Swing of the first pitch, chops it to first. Tommy Joseph into the air to make the grab, tags the bag. Inning over. Done with 1 tonight. Phillies and Padres are scoreless.
As we head to the top of the second inning, Travis Wood going back out to the mound after retiring the side in order in the first. And one of the topics before the ball game today was the batting average against Travis Wood when he had 2 strikes on opposing batters. Now, over the course of the season, it has been at 278. That's a little high. Just for reference, the league average is 177. But Darren Balsley came up to me before the ball game and he said, "Scan, I've got a number for you. That number is 158. I said, "What's that, Darren?" He goes, "That is the batting average against Travis with 2 strikes since putting on a Padres uniform. That's all that matters." Balls has been very impressed with what he's seen out of Wood, and so far it's translating here tonight. Guys?
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Yeah, that's a number you were talking about earlier, too.
Sure. Nice job there, Scan. You know, quickly to get ahead to 2 strikes and put them away, or may have them make a poor swing so they can't put the good part of the bat on the baseball.
Hoskins 1 for 13 since coming up from AAA and in the big leagues. Getting the start in left field in tonight's game. Leads it off here in the second inning. Travis Wood enjoyed a 1-2-3 first inning. Popped up, foul off to the right side and out of play.
It looked like a little cut fastball in on the fists, even though it was elevated.
Chip Hoskins coming up, making his major league debut August the 10th. It was against the Mets. At the time of his promotion, he was ranked first in the International League in home runs. Had 29 there, 91 RBIs on the season. To first and caught in the air by Will Myers for out number 1. Able to make the grab for it, hits the dirt over there at first base. So 1 away here in the second.
Did you hear that sound off the bat?
Sounded like broken bat, maybe.
Snap shillelagh. That's a great sound. That's music to pitchers' ears.
1 down, 4 in a row. Retired by Travis Wood, and it brings up Tommy Joseph. First baseman at 245, 16 homers, 57 runs batted in his 111th game of the year. A pretty good July. Take a pitch high. Against the Padres, had a good season series, sitting at 444 against San Diego. Starting this 3-game series here tonight between the Padres and the Phillies. Sharply hit, but foul. Down the line in left field. Travis Wood against the Philadelphia Phillies as a starter. He's made 6 previous starts. 1-1 with a nifty 1.86 earned run average. Phillies only hitting at 177 against him in those 6 starts.
I like almost a strikeout per innings pitched for the left-hander. That's very nice. Very few walks.
Ready to work with a 2-1. And that is softly lined to Aswahe at second base for out number 2. 3 lineouts already. One of the soft variety. 2 down.
Soft serve.
Yes.
And once again, off down by the label, avoiding the sweet spot. That's the beauty of the cutter from lefties to righties and vice versa.
Now 2 down here in the second inning brings up Nick Williams. Right fielder with that open stance, at least to begin. Kind of closes it up as the pitch comes in, and fastball missing for ball 1. Williams, the right fielder for the Phillies. 293, 5 homers, 24 runs batted in his 37th game with Philadelphia. Framed there by Hedges, but Wood not getting the call. 2-0. Did he go? No. This is third base umpire Jim Wolf.
Did he just kiss his bat? He smelled it or something.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
That's a strike, 3-1.
Take a whiff of the shillelagh. Wow. It's got a nice bouquet. Kind of oaky. Wood, you know.
Definitely oaky. This one is fouled off to the left out of play.
See if he does it again. If it's a superstition or.
I've smelled the wood burning after a foul ball.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get that burn smell on your bat. It had been 3-0, full count down. Wood battling back. A off pitch. And it's fouled off down the left field line again. 5 in a row, tied by Travis Wood, who started his outing tonight against the Philadelphia Phillies. Coming into this year, Nick Williams was ranked the Phillies' 4th best prospect by Baseball America, and here he is in the majors. Mentioned this is his 38th game. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
That's when, as a catcher, you can't practice that. The foul tip, can't hang on to it. It's just sometimes just luck of the draw. That ball will find the pocket. Sometimes it'll find the thumb.
The pitch of the at-bat coming up. And a good at-bat here for Nick Williams with 2 outs here in the 2nd inning. We're taking a long look in here and going back and forth with Austin Hedges.
And he went through every sign, too. Fastball away.
And it's ball 4. Pretty good at bat there for Nick Williams. Works a 2-out walk.
MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Padres baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Padres home screen icons and app features as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
2 down here in the Phillies' 2nd inning with Nick Williams at first base and Michael Franco standing in. 226, 17 homers, and 59 runs batted in for Franco. Phillies' third baseman takes strike 1. Leads the team in home runs with 17. RBIs with 59. Has 18 go-ahead RBIs on the season. Lead in that category too. It's a high drive to left field down the line, but making its way foul. Up into the upper deck and back down again.
Strike
foul
2.
Ball.
I think he gets this pitch quickly. 4-seamer in. Michael gets it. Oh, man. You know what? Even though that's a foul ball, that's a beautiful swing. I mean, trying to get to that baseball, that's very tough to keep fair. The hands were in. You got the barrel out there. In cricket, that's 6 runs, but in baseball, it's a foul ball.
In the dirt, blocked by Hedges. No advance at first base for Williams.
Nice smother job by Austin. We're used to seeing that night in and night out.
Franco in the series against the Phillies, or against the Padres at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia when the Padres were there, was just 1 for 12 in that series. Hit it twice, but in the box and a foul ball. On deck is Cameron Rupp. 2 outs here in the 2nd inning. Phillies have a runner at first and Nick Williams. Off the end of the bat, kind of cued foul over by the Padres dugout.
Went with the changeup that time. I mean, when a kid hitter, whoever's up, when you hit a fastball in off the plate, you get your hands in, and you hit it 380 feet foul. I think a great pitch is countering with the changeup down and away.
Not much in the strike zone there.
No, last two have been down. That's good. What you want to be aware of is when you miss it right here.
Fly ball down the right field line. Matt Caesar headed over towards the seats, and he won't have a play. Into the first couple of rows and jumping up deeper into the seats. Caesar had a long way to go. Got over there, but out of his reach.
Kind of tough to see at this point in night, too, right?
Yeah, a little bit of twilight right now. Kind of cloud covered above the stadium to begin this game tonight. And those are some ominous looking clouds.
Yeah.
So 2 down. Nick Williams at first base, and Franco battling here with a count of 1-2. Evens up at 2-2.
Well, how do you lay off that pitch? That's a breaking ball that out of the hand looks like a strike, and then just below the strike zone. Travis Wood had the right idea.
This is only the 4th hitter of the inning, but the 25th pitch of the inning is coming up. A long inning, a lot of pitches here for Wood. It's the runner at first, and that is just going to miss. It was close. Full count. Ninth pitch of the at bat coming up. Michael Franco. First to be off, throw over there, and trying to catch him napping, but back to the bag is Williams safely. He's headed in the wrong direction.
Yep. You know, he's really made an adjustment. Look down in the zone. Those 4 pitches down in the zone, that came after those top 3 towards the middle of the zone.
Strike 3 call. Franco thought he had ball 4, but he gets the bad news from DJ Rayburn. Scoreless after an inning and a half. Brought to you by Ram Trucks.
We're going to focus on the curveball from Jared Eichhoff. We talked about it earlier. Boy, when he's on with it, he can get a lot of swings and misses. 2 strikes down in the zone, especially if he throws it early in the count for a strike. The one thing you got to watch for is the back leg. If he starts to break down in that, it gets a little flat. He's second in Major League Baseball with the curveball and getting a strikeout. 74. Number 1 with that pitch, with a 101 strikeouts, is Corey Kluber from the Cleveland Indians. '73 via the curveball. Boy, Lance McCullers Jr. with the Houston Astros, son of Lance McCullers, who pitched here in San Diego.
Will Myers leading it off here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and Myers will take strike 1. .239 average for Will coming in. With 24 homers and 58 runs batted in. Myers, Spangenberg, and Caesar featured here at the bottom of the 2nd, and there's that breaking ball that drops in there for strike 2. Eichhoff walked the batter, struck out a batter. And a relatively easy first. 17 pitches. '21st start of the year for Eichhoff. Inside, it evens up. It had been 0-2, but now 2-2. The score here is the Padres bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Myers hits a little number that will go foul. Well, he's 1 home run away from 25 home runs, coming in with 24 home runs on the year into tonight, and most seasons with 25+ home runs and 10+ stolen bases. Myers has 1, did it last year. And already has 11 stolen bases this year. He's 1 more home run to do it a second time.
You know, it's one thing to have power, it's one thing to have speed, but when you have it combined, it's a pretty good list right there. Steve Finley, the Greyhound, the Whippet. Boy, he can run, man. I was fortunate enough to play with Steve briefly in Houston, 1993. Boy, to see him run on that AstroTurf in the Astrodome.
And check to see if Myers went. He did not, says Sam Holbrook, first base umpire and crew chief. Pitch of the at bat coming up here from Myers. He leads it off. Home half of the second inning. In the air, foul off to the right, out of play. There's Spangenberg and Caesar expected here in the second, and there is Spangenberg waiting on deck. Big day yesterday. Myers will take ball 4 and head on down to first base. Well, a couple home runs yesterday for Corey Spangenberg. Home runs number 9 and 10 of the season.
First one down and in to right field. Second one over the heart of the plate to left field.
Spangenberg in his 91st game of the year. Goes around for strike 1. Leadoff walk. Padres trying to make Eichhoff pay for that here. Throw to first, and Myers diving back to the bag. Held on by Tommy Joseph at first base. To right field, and a base hit for Corey Spangenberg. Well, Myers will stop at second base on the single to right field. Spangenberg continues to be hot. 2 on, nobody out in the Padres' second inning.
Quick to that pitch on the inside part of the plate, and he wanted it away, but this ball leaks inner third. He's locked in.
There's at first and second. Matt Caesar coming up. Caesar getting the start in right field in tonight's game. And it's at 2:15 coming in. 3 homers, 13 runs batted in. The combined numbers between the Cubs and the Padres.
I'd like to see Matty lay into one. 3-run shot. Order one up here.
In scoring position, hitting at 281 in RBIs and a triple. Just 0 for 2 in the Dodgers series. A lot of playing time over the weekend. Going to start in right though. And a foul back and out of play. 1-1.
Boy, both these pitchers pitching up in the zone with the fastball.
Myers at second, Spangenberg at first. Nobody out here in the second inning. Ball again, and that one not tantalizing enough, just kept running away. Steve Buchanan, the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies, weathering a tough season, coming in 43-72. 26.5 games back in the Nationals in the National League East. Close pitch, but it's ball 3.
Good hitters count right here. Outfield kind of playing just a little bit on the pull side, as Herrera's on the shortstop side of second base, and over a little bit is Hoskins in left. No, I thought that was off the plate. Did you see Rupp bring it back?
Yep.
Wow.
Sure did. Got a call right there.
It's on the corner of 16th and Imperial.
Two on, nobody out. A payoff pitch coming up. Runners go. And Caesar swings away and fouls it off. And that's on Myers and Spansberg getting a start. 3 starts against the Padres for Eichhoff. 3-0 with 2.00 earned run average. Just 1 walk and 22 Ks.
That's being aggressive in the zone, right?
Padres as a team hitting a .212 against him in 3 previous starts.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good deal that the Phillies got from Texas. 5-for-2 deal. That was in the Cole Hamels deal back in 15. 5-for-2. Phillies got 5 players in that deal.
Fouled off again, and Caesar continues to battle away. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Caesar's got something in his eye. He bats now. Austin Hedges next. A walk for Myers started this inning. Spansberg with a single to right. 2 on, nobody out. And another foul fly.
He's got the right idea, Matt Caesar, trying to take it that way because Eichhoff has been pounding away the last 3 pitches.
Cameron Rupp, the catcher, out there to talk to Eichhoff. So what we're going to do here, this battle continues. Phillies coming out west. First game of this road trip. They were home yesterday against the Mets. Lost to the Mets 6-2 at Citizens Bank Park yesterday. Payoff pitch again, and that is ball 4. Breaking ball just missed, and that'll load the bases here with nobody out in the 2nd inning. 3rd walk given up by Eichhoff, 2nd of the inning, and this appeared to be pretty close. Oh yeah,
he got squeezed on that one. That's a darn good pitch, and that was one of his better curveballs he's thrown tonight. That had straight 12-6 break to it.
Bases loaded, nobody out, and Austin Hedges coming up. Hedges at 218, 15 homers, 44 runs batted in. The 7th game of the year for the Padres catcher. Bases filled with Padres. Ball 1. Padres been pretty patient so far in dealing with Eichhoff. Fastball not overpowering, 90 miles an hour, that last one. Fouled back, and it's 1-1.
It's one of the few sliders we've seen tonight at 86.
Hedges had a quiet series against the Dodgers, going 0 for 8 in the weekend series in LA. 15 home runs, 2nd most in the National League among catchers. Behind Wilson Contreras, who has 21. He's on the DL right now for the Chicago Cubs. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 2.
That was a knee buckler. Seems like the last 2 curveballs by Eichhoff, he's found that release point and that spin.
And a jam here. Bases loaded. Myers at third. Spangenberg at second. Caesar at first.
Be aware of the ball in the dirt. Good secondary leads out there.
And that one fouled off Rupp, the catcher. This comes clean off. Appears to be okay. 25th pitch coming up this inning right now for Jared Eichhoff. Hedges hits it in the air to left field. Hoskins is out there waiting, and he'll make the catch. Tag at third base is Myers. He will score the game's first run. Padres on top 1-0. Austin Hedges with a sac fly to left field. Padres take the 1-0 lead here in the second inning.
Stayed back on that breaking ball just enough to elevate it. Went down and got it at the knees. Little spinner. Brought him to his knee. And it's deep enough to get the Padres on the board.
The throw did not come plateward. Went to third base to Michael Franco. First and second now with one down, and the pitcher Travis Wood, the batter. Wood 1 for 6 at the plate this year for San Diego. And he'll take ball one. Overall in his 8th Major League season, a 182 average, 9 homers, 32 runs batted in. Strike call, 1-1. Walk started the inning for Myers. A single by Spangenberg, another walk for Caesar. Bases were loaded with nobody out when Austin Hedges hit a sac fly to left field. Game's only run. Padres on top 1-0. And that'll be strike 2. Only one hit so far for the Padres. That was the base hit to right by Corey Spangenberg. Wood will strike out looking. He knew it. Takes with him the second strikeout for Jared Eichhoff. 2 down. We're talking about Manuel Margot before the ball game. Newborn son here who visited prior to the ball game.
So cute. Diamond Margot. He's good hands right there.
2 down here in the second inning. Spangenberg at second. Caesar at first. A run in, and second time through the order for Eichhoff. Pickoff play at second, and back to the bag is Spangenberg. Shooting in from second base was Cesar Hernandez. Trying to keep him relatively close there at second base. Margot will ground it foul outside of third for strike 1. Fly to right his first time up, 0 for 1.
You know, guys get their names embroidered on their glove.
Yep.
You've seen it before.
Sure.
Manuel has Diamond Margot, his son's name, on his glove. Very cool. Proud papa. Giver of life.
sharply hit, picked it short by Galvis to second base for the force out that ends the inning. Padres do get a run, take a 1-0 lead through 2. In Boston, the Cleveland Indians and Edwin Encarnacion, their first baseman, big offseason signing. It's not 1 but 2 home runs in that win tonight for the Cleveland Indians. They win it 7-3 over the Red Sox. And Encarnacion hit a home run yesterday also in Tampa Bay. So 3 home runs in really less than 24 hours for him. Mostly cloudy here in San Diego for game 1 of this 3-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies. 1-0. Padres have the lead as Cameron Rupp, the catcher for Philadelphia, leading it off here in the inning.
Donnie, how about those Red Sox? They've won 10 of 11 since the non-waiver trade deadline, July 31st.
On a roll.
Yeah.
Yankees won tonight. Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees over the weekend at Yankee Stadium. Popped up, back at second base. Suaje to the outfield grass. Will stumble, but he'll make the catch out there. Staggered a little. And Rupp is out number 1 of the 3rd inning. Now look at the AL East standings. It had been 5.5 games with the Red Sox losing tonight and the Yankees winning. 4.5 games back now are the Yankees. You know, Tampa Bay Rays, you don't hear a lot about them. They're 9 games out, but just a game back in the wild card scenario. So it's still pretty interesting.
Love the wild card.
A lot of teams in it. Going to be very exciting down the stretch run.
Angels are back in it, right?
Yes, they're the leader right now. They're one of the wild card teams.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Stay tuned. It's the best reality show on TV. Baseball.
Jared Eichhoff batting for the first time tonight. He is 3 for 25 as a hitter this season. On the ground is Solarte. Not a good throw, but Myers comes off the bag and applies the tag on the way by. Eichhoff retired 6-3, 2 down. We'll talk about the Angels, and really to begin the year the Astros just ran away with the West far and away, and you forget about the rest of that division. But the Angels, they've won 6 straight games, currently own one of the 2 wild card spots. And the St. Louis Cardinals, one of the most consistent organizations I think in all of baseball. Every year they seem to find themselves there. They've won 8 of their last 9 games, and their offense largely the reason. They trailed the Cubs by only a game in the National League Central. So look out. We thought it was going to be the Brewers and the Cubs battle, but add the Cardinals to that conversation.
This is unbelievable because the wild card, like you said, Yankees, Angels right now as we speak. But there are 6 teams within 3.5 games.
They got lots of baseball left too. August the 14th. A month and a half.
Look at how close
card
this is.
Situation. That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Cesar Hernandez batting with 2 down, and in on the grass at third is Spangenberg. Now he'll head back onto the dirt with a count of 3-0.
There he is.
Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk. Second walk allowed by Travis Wood. So Cesar Hernandez a bat aboard here. That brings up Freddie Galvis. Galvis lined out to the right fielder, and Matt Caesar in the first inning. Three-game hitting streak coming in. 4 for 12 during that stretch. Line to right field. Caesar on the move. Isn't going to get there. It gets down for a base hit. Hernandez headed for third base. He will get there on the single to right field for Freddie Galvis. With 2 down, the Phillies making some noise here. Runners at the corners with 2 away.
Well, it looks like the swing there from Galvis, the intent is trying to pass it on to the next guy because this fastball is up. It's middle in. One that he could probably try to pull, but taken the opposite way nicely, and Matt Caesar quickly getting that ball in. That's a first and third situation any way you look at it. Travis Wood needs to make a big pitch here to leave those runners stranded.
So runners at the corners, 2 down, and Adobo Carrera coming up here. Duel Herrera struck out swinging in the first inning, 0 for 1. Mentioned the 16-game hitting streak, longest active in the majors. Chris Bryant with 10, Nicky Delmonico with 10. One with the Cubs, one with the White Sox. In on the corners here, with runners at first and third, 2 down. And Herrera will take a pitch outside for ball 1.
It's always interesting to see the way guys set up in the box. When you look at Herrera, his front right foot, he's actually on the inside. He's got the open stance. His right foot is on the inside of that cleat. That front foot, I mean, it's on the inside. I mean, how uncomfortable is that? But he's got the leg kick. He squares up and gets in a good hitting position.
To right center field and falling fast. That is going to get in. From third base, Hernandez will score. Freddie Galvis going to try and score all the way from first base. Throw to the plate is going to be close, and he is out at the plate. Now Galvis wants him to check it. He feels like he got in safely. But the call on the field is out. 1 run in here for the Phillies. And we'll get another look here. This play at the plate. Cut off by Aswahe. Umpire blocks the play.
Oh, he got him, I think.
I think he got him.
Just before his hand hits the dish.
Gets him on the back, and the Phillies are not going to challenge. So that'll end the inning. Phillies get a run, tie the game 1-1. Nissan. Phillies grab a run in the top half of the third inning, tying the game 1-1 to the bottom of the third we go. And it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Padres coming up.
You know, Don, when we go to spring training, you know, we go out on the back fields there, and there's pitchers fielding practice. You hear the crack of the bat. Get over there, right? And then once they complete that, okay, guys, it's time for cutoffs and relays. First of all, outfielders hate it because they got to go run a country mile down into the corner, into the gap. That was perfectly executed by the Padres. A job well done.
8-4-2 on the putout at the plate. There's a liner out towards left center field, and that's going to get down to the track of the wall off the bat of Aswahe. He is headed for second base, has himself a leadoff double to begin things here in the Padres' third inning.
Clayton Richard likes it. Aswahe puts the perfect swing on this one. Eichhoff, you know, that's impressive. That's a two-seamer down to the zone. He stays inside it and splits the gap in left center field. And when you see Herrera, he's already on the shortstop side. That ball off the left-handed bat, slicing away from the Phillies center fielder. You know, you're thinking 3, but you can always hold up for the double. 9th of the season for Carlos.
And the Phillies have just tied the game 1-1. A double starts this bottom of the third inning, and now Jose Perella coming up. Struck out swinging in the first inning, 0 for 1. On the ground is short, and Aswahe's got to get back to the bag at second. Ducks out of the way of that throw to first base, so retires Perella. Freddie Galvis taking care of business there for the first out of the inning.
Great reaction right there by Aswahe. As soon as that ball was struck, it was right at him, so then you retreat back. The ball hits so sharply, there's no way you can't afford to take third base. That's just a no-brainer.
So 1 out, Aswahe at second. What's the rule of thumb on that? Anything to your right, you don't go, right? Back to the back.
If you can beat the ball, well, even if that ball, even if he could have beaten that ball, meaning get ahead of the baseball before it passed him, behind him, there's still a good chance that an infielder is going to throw him out at third base. If it's a slow chopper, the rule is if you beat that ball, the ball goes behind you. Yes, you beat it, you go.
Hervis Solarte getting his second AB of the night. takes the strike and is down 0-2. Grounded out to first base in the first inning. Eichhoff trying to work his way around a leadoff double by Carlos Suaje to begin things here in the Padres' third inning.
So Don, as a base runner, right, let's say you're right here and the ball is hit here, you're not going to go, right, because you can't beat it. Now if you're here and this ball is hit on this side of you to your left, chances are you're going to make it to third base. Anything to your right you're going to hold up. If it goes through, bang, you're going to go to third if it goes to the outfield.
Swing and a miss, and Solarte down on strikes. Goes to the curveball to get him. And that is the third strikeout of the night for Jared Eichhoff. 2 down here in the third inning.
I've noticed Eichhoff has thrown a handful of good breaking balls the last couple innings. Maybe he's getting that feel. And Jan Hervis way out in front of it, not being able to stay back. The body's drifting, the hands are drifting, and then even if you make contact, it's a weak grounder or fly ball.
So 2 down, Will Myers standing in. Will walked and scored in the second inning and gets his head out of the way of a breaking ball. Ball and a strike.
Good slider.
Eichhoff gave up the leadoff double by Suaje since then, getting Pirela to ground out to short. Solarte to strike out. Suaje still at second base, and kind of shooting in behind him at second base was Hernandez. Suaje getting that lead again. Will Myers with a chance here to put the Padres on top. Snap throw to second base, and Suaje back to the bag.
See, after this pitch here, second baseman Hernandez, and Suaje's all over it.
Center fielder Herrera over towards left center, and he is deep. Myers with a big cut there, swinging over the top of it. 2-2. It's as deep a center fielder as I've seen a center fielder play here at Petco Park out there in center. Most time guys playing shallow, they can go back on the ball, but Herrera has just been back there deep in center field, and pretty much everybody. 2-2 to Myers. Grounded softly towards third. Franco charging in. His throw in time. Eichhoff works his way around to leadoff double. His game remains tied 1-1 through 3. After the fourth inning, pretty good opportunity there for the Padres last inning. Could not convert as they leave Suaje at second base. Game tied 1-1. Mark Sweeney's in with us here for the middle innings.
Welcome back, guys.
Thanks. Good to
Long
be back.
road trip, right? Dog days, August. It gets to you a little bit. I feel refreshed.
You look great.
San Diego was beautiful while you guys
really
were on
nice.
the road. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry to say that.
Sorry about it. Reese Hoskins leading it off here, lined out to first in the second inning. Hoskins, Joseph, and Williams. Well, the Padres certainly are glad to be home because they're playing good baseball at home.
Yeah, and they have. They played inspired baseball, and especially in the second half. It just seems like those close games, they feel more confident about. I think a lot of it has to do with the adjustments they've made in-game offensively.
They got the Phillies in first, and then the Nationals coming in. 3 with the Phillies, 4 with the Nationals. Myers grounding out last inning, and the Padres unable to score.
No, guys, it was so good to see, as you know, Mark, and watching it, Don, in Cincinnati, where it started, where Will Myers started powering the baseball the other way.
Yep, it's a good sign.
And it is a good sign. Yes, it doesn't mean it's just automatically going to get him locked in. But that is a good sign for him going the other way, now pulling it correctly and start getting those numbers where he would like to have them.
And it's funny because how quickly word travels, right? Because Eichhoff watches video. It's amazing tonight. You know, Eichhoff known for the curveball. He's throwing him sliders.
Yeah.
That last at bat, he was away sliders to Will Myers. So hey, it's a cat and mouse game. It's a game about adjustments. But you're right. There's nothing prettier than a Will Myers swing, staying on a pitch and driving it to right center field.
Payoff pitch coming up here to Hoskins. And he'll drive one deep and far to left field, and that ball is gone. First home run for Reese Hoskins in the big leagues has given the Phillies a 2-1 lead.
Well, 3-2 count, majority of the time, Mark Sweeney. What are you looking for?
You're looking for fastball.
Right. And I'll tell you what, it's getting the silent treatment.
One guy didn't get the message.
Larry Boa.
Coming back from the clubhouse, too.
Larry Boa was the only guy. Now they're giving him the celebration, the congratulations. That ball was hit pretty well.
2-1, Phillies have the lead. Tommy Joseph trying to come in on him. Pretty close to the plate from the right side is Joseph.
And that has to come with their home games in Philadelphia, known as a nice place to hit. Why not stand on that plate? Just begging those pitchers to pitch inside to you, but as you can see, the 3-2 pitch. It's over the heart of the plate and obviously squaring it up. Timed up perfectly with the leg kick.
Grounded as short as Solarte to his left. Out number 1 of the 4th inning.
Mark, were you still playing when Citizens Bank opened up?
I was.
Did you get a chance to hit there?
I felt like it was Williamsport. I really did. Guys that hit like I did, which is line drive hitters, you know, occasional pop, felt very comfortable there. And why I say that is that it was the opposite field fly balls that you felt like were getting caught at the warning track. You're like, man, I have an opportunity here. I just missed that ball.
It's amazing to be going in there that anything in the air feels like it's got a chance.
It has a chance.
You get anything to the outfield, it just could go.
And obviously you talk about Colorado, maybe Texas in the American League. I say Cincinnati and Philadelphia are the best places to hit. You say worse, I say best.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's
one
just the way it works.
Pitcher, one being a position.
I'll tell you this though, and being honest, it's not baseball to me. I think it should be a fair ballpark. Whether it's a big wall and right, you look at Pittsburgh. To me, that's constructed in a fair way. Left field, left center is big, but right field, you have the ability to hit the ball at the ballpark. So you're seeing everything from the fans' perspective. But in Cincinnati and in Philadelphia, these guys are developing. It's very hard to pitch there. It has to be mentally.
I feel like Petco Park has become more fair over the years. I mean, to me, it seemed like obviously when it started, it was a pitcher's ballpark. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that. And when it first started, it almost felt like you had hit it twice.
Yes.
I think of Phil Nevin being angry all the time because the balls that normally would be hit out at Qualcomm would be caught at the wall. You know, but now it plays fair. Especially down the lines, which I think really comes into play. But you also have the dynamic where you can play defense and see those nice catches.
Nick Williams batting here with 1 out after the leadoff home run by Reese Hoskins. First major league home run for him, and it's given the Phillies a 2-1 advantage here. In there for strike 3. Frozen. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Travis Wood. 2 down.
Well, Mark Sweeney, we know he's an extreme fly ball pitcher, right? Travis Wood. Oh, he gets a call there on the cut fastball. Tries to start it in, catch the inside corner. And you know what? That's a hang with him. He gets a call.
I think Williams knew it wasn't a good call as he walks away frustrated, takes with him the 3rd strikeout for Travis Wood. 2 down. Mikel Franco will take a hack at the first pitch and foul it back for strike 1.
So if Williams was texting, his reaction would have been OMG.
Or LOL.
No, I don't think LOL.
LOL. IDK.
Chopped left side. The high hop for Solarte. Throw a little high, but Will Myers is tall. A home run for Hoskins has the Phillies on top 2-1. Baseball brought to you by Honda. Hurry into the Honda Summerbration sales event today. By Sequan Casino. Sign up for the Padres club card today. And by the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru, symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. Really 2-1 Phillies lead now for Jared Eichhoff back on the hill. They'll be dealing with Spangenberg, Caesar, and Hedges. And of course, Spangenberg has 1 of 2 Padres hits in the game. He had singled to right field first time up in the 2nd inning. Was fresh off his 2 home run game yesterday, and a liner to right field, and he is 2 for 2 in the ball game. Good start here to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, you see that high heater at the top of the strike zone, looking for that heater and being able to capitalize on that. A little top spin on this, which helps him. But when you're hot, you're hot.
I would have to say, would it be fair, Mark Sweeney, when you're not swinging the bat well, that's when you're popping up the opposite field, right?
Definitely.
And that's getting up on top of that one.
Quick check on him at first base.
Now, the big thing I've seen with Corey Spangenberg of late is the pitch selection. It's been much better, much improved, and that means that you're going to get some mistake pitches. When you get those mistakes, you have to capitalize. That's exactly what Corey's been doing.
The Padres have had the lead runner on in the last 3 innings. That runner scored in the 2nd inning in Myers after walking. Suaje doubled to begin the 3rd inning, but did not advance. And now Spangenberg with a single to begin things here in the 4th inning.
Matt's had the right idea his first at bat and on that last pitch. He was really trying to flare it to right field, right field, right field. He eventually drew the walk. It was a great plate appearance. There's plenty of room down that right field line. Williams playing off the line, pretty much straight up and right.
Curveball in there for a strike as Caesar is going to bunt at it, but it's 0-2. Phillies middle infielders at double play depth as they check on Spangenberg again. Eichhoff has been most concerned with Spangenberg at first.
Well, with that big breaking ball as a base runner, you also have to be ready for that ball in dirt. Anticipate that to advance.
Spangenberg with a start and stop at first as Caesar strikes out. 4th strikeout for Eichhoff, 1 down in the inning.
Well, put himself in a tough situation with that bunt attempt, the previous pitch, and then he gets another breaking ball. Anytime you have a strike on you and you try to get that bunt down, you actually want to execute that bunt. Froze him and put him in a tough situation to get that next breaking ball.
1 on, 1 out, and Austin Hedges, a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd inning. I mean, the Padres, their only run so far tonight on the sac fly, scored Will Myers.
Don, I have to mention it, and Mark, you weren't here yet, but you're right. You look at Herrera in center field. I mean,
way out there. That's the deepest I've seen any center fielder play here.
Yeah, it's the opposite of Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones is right behind second base.
He's in Balboa Park.
Well, all that tells me is he's more comfortable coming in.
Yeah.
And there's some outfielders that just prefer that. You know, side to side, his reactions are pretty good. Seen some acrobatic catches at times by Herrera, but that tells me he doesn't like going back on the ball. It's a lot of turf he's given up.
A little slip there by Eichhoff at the end of his delivery, and he'll go to work on the landing spot now. Throw over, and Spangenberg back again. Spangenberg, the leadoff single, still at first with 1 down in the inning. And Austin Hedges head in the count, 2-1.
Oh, guys, as the game moves along, you can start getting some tendencies of Eichhoff. As a base runner, you can try to pick out that breaking ball. That's part of stealing bases.
Line to center field, in for a base hit. Hedges with a ringing single into center as Spangenberg takes second base. Padres and runners at first and second with 1 away.
Well, the Padres just completing second time around 1 through 8 against Eichhoff, as opposed to the first time around, a 40-point difference the second time around. Double from Oswahe, the single from Spangenberg, a single from Hedges. Now the number 9 spot. 223 to 263. First and second time around against Eichhoff.
3rd and 4th jumps up to 345. So
ouch, bad.
1 out, runners in first and second, and Travis Wood down to the count 0-1. It's been one area tonight Padres have had trouble. That's with runners in scoring position. So far 0 for 5 in that category.
One thing I have noticed about Eichhoff, I'll mention again, he has gone to more of the slider his second time around. The shorter breaking ball. He's still throwing the yacker.
Oh, 2. Two to Wood, and that'll just miss inside. 72 pitches for Eichhoff here through 3 1/3 innings. Buchanan looking on here, manager of the Phillies. Swing and a miss, and Wood strikes out for the second time tonight. 5 Ks for Eichhoff, and a lot of them have been on the curveball tonight. Throwing a lot of curveballs.
We know that's been the pitch du jour for Eichhoff. We talked about it. Mark Sweeney talked about it in our pregame show, and he's going to it. And I think not only going to the slider, but when he keeps that curveball down in the zone, he's got some good bite to it. The last, I think, 4 or so has had that 12-6, and that was the thing going into this outing as we take a look at the batting averages, first time through third time. The word I got was that he'd throw one good one, two bad ones. One good one, two bad ones. Really not that consistent, but seems like as this game's going on, he's getting a better feel for it.
Spangenberg at second, Hedges at first, 2 down here in the Padres' 4th inning, and Manuel Margot 0 for 2 in the ball game. 273 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position.
Well, there's a couple things you can do to prevent that big curveball in the strikeouts. Obviously, you eliminate it early in the count, but as you've seen from Corey Spangenberg and also Austin Hedges, you pound the fastball. That has to be priority. If you're missing the fastball, it's going to be a long night with Jared Eichhoff's curveball.
Bluff off the backside, no throw. And nobody cheating in. Runners go. Margot will take a pitch outside, throw down to third, is not in time. Double steal for the Padres. Spangenberg takes third, Hedges takes second. And instantly 2 in scoring position now.
Well, we had the twirl throw, right? The fake throw to second base, and sometimes pitchers one look. I'm not saying that's the case there, but any way you look at it, as soon as that head was turned, the leg came up. The Padres were off and running, second and third. Stay on the bag.
So Spangenberg 90 feet away, Hedges at second base. And Margot will take strike 1. Margot has fly to right and grounded into a fielder's choice. Chopped left side towards third. Franco throws, sails on him, and a run will score. Pulls Tommy Joseph off the bag at first. Just fired it over to first, and that ball was rising, and the Padres have tied the score 2-2.
It's little things you do in a baseball game that wins you games. Manny Margot understands he chops this to third baseman. He hustles down the line and forces that bad throw by Franco. Getting him out of the batter's box is the key for Margot's speed.
Error charge on the throw by Franco. There it is. Slap tag on the way by, missed by Joseph, trying to do it in the air. So the miscue for Franco. Run scores, game tied, and now it's first and third with 2 down, and Carlos Asuaje will have another chance here against Eichhoff. He's been on twice against him. A walk in the first, a double to center in the third. Ground ball, and diving at first as Joseph will pick himself up and tag the bag to end the inning. Nice play by Tommy Joseph. Padres tie the score 2-2. And Carlos Gonzalez with a 2-run single, part of a 3-0 Rockies win. They blank the Braves. Time now for the Unlimited Baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Now Giancarlo Stanton 2 for 4 with a home run, his 43rd. That breaks the franchise record, moving past Gary Sheffield. Chad Bettis, first start since returning from cancer treatment, did not get a decision in that win we just showed you. The Rockies win at 3-0 over the Braves. And Rafael Devers 2 for 4, 2 solo home runs, and a 7-3 loss for the Red Sox against the Indians. He got 6 home runs in his first 16 career major league games. This one carved foul off to the right by Cameron Rupp.
Well, what a tip of the cap to Chad Bettis tonight. 7 innings, and what a return. And obviously a lot of happy people in Colorado with his return. Obviously an inspiration to a lot of people, not only on his team, but around baseball.
The Rockies are certainly glad to have him back.
Well, they've gone through a tough stretch.
Yes.
Lost 5 of their last 6 games, and playing the Braves, they face them off 7 times the next 13 days rather. And Colorado has won 14 of the last 16 between those 2 teams, so they've got that working for them.
And you got Colorado and Arizona right now in the wild card spots if the season were to end today. St. Louis and Milwaukee in better shape really in their division than they are in the wild card.
They sure are. St. Louis only 1 back coming into tonight. That's surprising because they have not played very well. Milwaukee continues to stay involved, and some of those younger players are going to figure it out and say, listen, we're still in this. They are very talented as well.
Rupp will ground it up the middle into center field. Leadoff single for the Philadelphia Phillies catcher starts the 5th inning.
Two cutter. Below the label, down by the label, but still with the way the infield was playing there, not even a chance for a dive, playing him to pull and just out of the reach of Travis Wood to his right.
So we're up with a single to get it started here in the 5th inning. Jared Eichhoff, the pitcher, coming up. 3 sacrifice bunts on the year. And he's already squaring and fouling the first bid off. They're coming from everywhere.
Wow.
Well, not surprising because Cameron Rupp doesn't run very well. So you really want to push the issue with this bunt play.
McCann, Bob McClure to his left. The 1 coming to Eichhoff, squaring again. This time he gets it down in front of the plate, going to second base. Force out there, throw to first is not in time. They do get the lead runner though. Hedges aggressively jumping out there, gets to the ball quickly and guns down Rupp at second base on the force out.
That was a P-Rod from Austin Hedges. This ball is bunted right out of front of home plate like a cat in the force plate. Now Solarte is the first baseman. It's just like the third baseman throwing across the diamond to first base. Hit the deck. Travis Wood hits the deck. We're up into second base. That is a cannon right there, folks.
So 1 out, 1 on, and here is Cesar Hernandez. Line down to second base in the 1st inning. Walked and scored in the 3rd. Fly ball to right field. Caesar has room and makes the catch for out number 2. No advance for Eichhoff at first base. 2 down in the inning.
No, guys, so many elements on that bunt play, but in particular, watch Yangervis Solarte acting like a first baseman. You have to maintain the positioning on the bag. That's the reason why he's just a tad late on the double play. But getting that out, the first out at second base, the priority.
Two down, Eichhoff at first base, and Freddie Galvis.
Well, guys, in years past, I think the shortstops would come off the bag early, get that bag. It's a neighborhood play, and then the easy double play. Not so much now with instant replay. But you have to have that awareness, and sometimes that's a little difficult for players these days. It's just a natural reaction to grab the ball and turn that double play.
Sharply hit on the ground through the left side into left field, and Galvis with a base hit. Eichhoff takes second on Freddie Galvis' second hit of the night.
Remember, Galvis has turned on some pitches tonight, fouled them off, getting those hands in nicely. I mean, that's a 3-hopper with some authority. He gets that ball quickly, Mark Sweeney, on the inside part of the plate, doesn't he?
Yeah, short and quick.
2 on, 2 down, and the double Herrera coming up. Herrera struck out swinging in the first, doubled to center in the third to drive in a run. First Phillies run of the night at the time. Tied the score 1-1. Then the Phillies had a 2-1 lead. Padres have tied it up, and it's 2-2 here in the top half of the fifth inning.
Aggressive hitter. You got to watch that first pitch in this situation.
Wants some more sticky stuff. Applies it to the bat. Got a little extra time here to get himself ready. Off at second, Galvis at first, 2 down. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. Travis Wood in his 4th Padres start, so far 1-1. With a 6.19 earned run average in a Padres uniform. And 82 pitches deep into his outing right now through 4 2/3 innings, and Herrera keeps backing out. Swing and a miss. Fastball, 1-2. Two and two.
I really wanted that fastball in. That cutting fastball that he got a couple hitters before, where they give up on that pitch. See if he goes back in there.
These fans really want to punch out here. Even a cutter away, break a bat, right?
Jams him and fouls it off the thumbs of the left.
Off the end of the bat. Broken bat on that cutter. Weak ground ball.
Well, Travis Wood, originally drafted by the Cincinnati Reds in the 2nd round in 2005. Named an All-Star, National League All-Star in 2013 with the Cubs. A 6-6 record with a 2.79 earned run average in 19 starts. Two and two the count with 2 men on in a 2-2 game. And now the catcher Hedges going out to talk to Wood. Going back and forth on what to do here.
I think this game's going to be a case study for time of play. Doesn't really have the flow.
With electronics these days and stuff, little earbuds in the catcher, and so they can just whisper and you hear.
Hey, fastball away.
No, I'm serious. You know, you might laugh, but it was what, 30, 40, 50 years ago. They would laugh at instant replay, probably, right? You just put those little, like, do it. You put like those little hearing aids in your ear.
What?
On the ground up the middle into center field. Eichhoff will be stopped at third base. Margot's throw is off the mark, but Hedges down the first base line to grab it, and the bases are now loaded. So that was sharply hit by Herrera back up the middle, his 2nd hit of the night, and Phillies have him loaded here in the 5th inning.
Some sharp ground balls by these Phillies hitters. That's a breaking ball, a curve ball. I tell you what, he's an aggressive swinger, even on the soft number 2 from Wood. See that ball snake on the grass there? A lot of outfielders, that ball will, the skimming ground ball will do the snake on you. And sometimes, Mark, you played the outfield. Tell us about that.
Well, it affects you because you don't glove it correctly, and that's the reason why he didn't get a good grip on that baseball.
Reese Hoskins, who hit his first major league home run his last time up, grounds this one foul. First big league home run for Hoskins to left field, and it was hit very well. Got the silent treatment initially when arriving to the dugout. At the time, put the Phillies on top 2-1, now 2-2, but they are threatening. And a bases loaded 2-out situation here in the 5th. Off at third, Galvis at second, Herrera at first. In the dirt, 2-1. Next pitch will be the 90th for Wood in his outing. There is action in the pen. Looks like Phil Maton is first up for the Padres in the pen. Two-1 to Hoskins. Fouls it back to the screen. 2-2.
You know what? I've only seen this kid a couple at bats, but it looks like he's got that quick bat. Granted, 3-2 fastball. You know, you're expecting that. You smoke it, right? But that particular pitch there is very, very quick to the baseball. Talking to some of the Phillies people, he's done everything in AA, everything in AAA to earn a spot at the big leagues. True first baseman. And before he got called up, he was only playing a few games in the outfield. So, you know, this is a kid who, talk about learning on the job in left field and facing big league pitching. He's having himself a good night so far.
Off at third base, Galvis at second, Herrera at first with 2 down. And again, Hedges headed out there. A great many conversations during the course of this game. Wood and Hedges, and what to do here with Hoskins. 2-2 pitch coming up. Outside for ball 3. Payoff pitch to Hoskins. In the air to center field. Margot on the move over towards right center to make the running catch. It ends the inning, and the Phillies leave the bases loaded. Halfway through, tied at 2. And they had the Wall of Fame Bunning and Green, as well as the late Darren Dalton honored over the weekend in Philadelphia. A lot of their Wall of Famers coming back out. Former Padre John Kruk you saw there. Some pretty big names made it out this weekend in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, Bob Boone, Tony Taylor, Gary Maddox, Mike Schmidt, Greg Luzinski, the Bull, Dick Allen was there. There he is. Larry Boa. Pretty darn good shortstop, Larry Boa.
Very good shortstop.
Move along here to the home half of the 5th inning. There's Larry Boa.
Here's my former skipper. Oh, we got some stories for you. You know what's great about Larry Boa?
A lot.
A lot. You could go in his office, shut the door, air each other out, even throw some punches. You know, after all is said and done.
Yeah.
Okay. Go get him. Have a good day in the big leagues. I'm expecting good things for you. You can air it out. You can hash it out. And you know what? He doesn't take it personally, right,
No,
Mark?
he's a baseball man through and through. I think a lot of people have been intimidated by Larry Boa. He knows everything about the game of baseball.
One of the smartest baseball guys I've ever met.
Agreed.
He is fun to be around, man. And he'll even admit, you know what, I think I'm better suited as a coach than a manager.
I don't think he admitted that early in his career.
No, he didn't. Well after, because I remember, you know, he came here, got fired, went out, did some studio work, and then got back in the game. And he even said, you know what, with my personality,
better suited to be a coach.
You know, one of my favorite stories of Larry Bowa, and I'll never forget this because it was told to me, but he was in the Yankees organization with Joe Torre. And Robinson Cano is learning second base, and he is putting so much time into Robinson Cano. And he makes a play on his backhand. It goes off his glove. And they call it an error. So Larry Bowa is screaming at the official score. And he is berating him at the top step. And he keeps on going because he's passionate. And I laugh about it because I can see him doing it. And Joe Torre's in the back, as we've all seen him, and he's sitting in his trip. He goes, "That's enough, Bo." And he sat down as quick as a little dog would do if he trained him.
Line to left off the bat of Jose Perella. He will think about two, but throw the brakes on as the throw goes to second base. And Perella went hard around first like he was going to try to get to second base, but a leadoff single here in the 5th inning. And this is the 4th straight inning the Padres have had the lead runner on.
hanging curveball, you bet. Right down the heart of the plate, thigh high, and Perella makes him pay. You can always be aggressive around first base, right? Throw on the brakes, get back. Just that one little fumble out there. You see a little bit of daylight. That's the difference to where you can take two.
All that is effort, and it's good effort.
So leadoff single, first time Perella has been aboard, and it brings up Solarte. Harris sold for two. He's grounded out to first base and struck out swinging. Line down the left field line, foul.
Sounds like he fractured his bat.
Definitely a fractured bat. He gets a new one that is not fractured. Jared Eichhoff here in the 5th inning, 84 pitches deep into his outing. Lead runner getting on, and Harris Solarte with a count of 1-1. Looks like they're going to check on Perella. And he's back to the bag safely. Jubal Herrera in center field. Step or two towards right center. Somewhat of a gap out there in left center for Solarte. Again, he's playing a deep center field. Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Leadoff single to start things here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gets that lead at first base. 1-2 pitch. And Solarte thought about it but did not go. Evans up here at 2-2. Padres have had at least a base runner in every inning, and they have left 6 men on through the first 4 innings of tonight's game. Tied up 2-2 here with the Phillies in the 5th.
Well, here comes the Yacker, 2-2.
And it's grounded towards first. Joseph will go to second base for 1, back to first for 2. Wake off the pitcher covering. 3-6-1 on that double play. 2 down here in the 5th inning.
Did you see Solarte, who does not have blazing speed? Watch this throw on the back end. Galvis, plenty of time to get up top and fire the strike to first.
So 2 down here in the 5th. It'll bring up Will Myers. But the base is empty now. Myers with a walk in the 2nd. Came around to score the Padres' first run. Grounded out to 3rd in the 3rd inning. Myers ahead here 2-0. Pitch coming up for Eichhoff of his outing. And it's a high strike call. Wow. And that was not a strike. It wasn't even high either. It was more outside than anything. Now it's 2-2. Off the end of the bat, sends one out towards center, but Herrera is there to make the catch that ends the inning. Played 5, tied at 2, the Phillies and Padres. Summary, and for the Padres, starting in the 2nd inning, Austin Hedges with a sacrifice fly to left field. Will Myers would tag and score the first run of the game. But the Phillies come back as it is a single for Galvis that scores Cesar Hernandez. Trying to score was Galvis. I should say it was a double for Herrera. Galvis tried to score and he was thrown out at the plate. And the first major league home run for Reese Hoskins in the 4th inning. With a silent treatment initially. And the Phillies on top 2-1. Manuel Margot chops this towards 3rd base. Going to be able to beat it out, and scoring is Spangenberg from 3rd base. Franco is charged with an error on the throw, and it tied the game 2-2. So that's the score as we head here into the 6th inning. And this pitching change is brought to you by El Cajon Ford. Phil Maton into the game now for San Diego.
For Phil, last time out was against the Dodgers up in LA. An inning, a hit, a run, and 2 strikeouts. Again, another pitcher that pitches up in the zone with the 4-seam fastball. Nice breaking ball to get ahead there.
Well, I think that's going to be important for Phil Maton moving forward, being able to drop that first breaking ball in. He likes to pitch up in the zone. We hear spin rate a lot, but you're going to have to locate your pitches. Looks like they're going up top here.
It's Tommy Joseph leading it off here for the Phillies, first baseman. 0 for 2 on the night, is lined out and grounded out. And the starter tonight for the Padres, Travis Wood, ended up throwing 92 pitches in 5 innings, allowing 6 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, and struck out 3 before handing it off to the bullpen. And Phil Maton first out of the pen tonight for San Diego. They're going up again. And this is lined into right field, a base hit. Tommy Joseph with a single to begin things here in the 6th inning.
Pitch up, and away. Well, little cutter. See him work around that ball a little bit. Little cutter, 4-seamer up. And once again, it's all about Mark Sweeney, right? Getting that top hand on top of it, not letting the barrel lag and work underneath for the fly ball. Slapping it on the line to right.
So lead runner on here for the Phillies in the 6th inning, and it brings up Nick Williams. Walking a strikeout for the Phillies right fielder so far in the night. And swinging away for strike 1. Maton, the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's a young Philadelphia Phillies team now. Cranks it foul, down 0-2. 0-2 pitch to Williams. Doesn't chase that pitch up and away. Maton for the fastball again. Off single by Tommy Joseph, setting the table here in the 6th inning for the Phillies. They've had their chances, left the bases loaded in the 5th inning. Reese Hoskins flied out to center field, stranding those runners. This is a ground ball base hit through the left side. Up to second base goes Joseph, and back-to-back base hits for Philadelphia here in the 6th inning.
We always talk about location being key. Phil Maton's MO this inning, he's been wanting the pitches up. Look at Austin Hedges. I mean, he's almost up out of the crouch, up and in. That ball leaks outer half and down. Just drop the head, take it that way. Williams is aboard.
So they get a runner into scoring position now. The Phillies 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position, while the Padres are 0 for 8 in that category tonight. Joseph at second, Williams at first, Michael Franco. Strike one.
Now, Don, you talked about the youth of this Philadelphia Phillies club. I think a lot of it has to do with Franco and his development. Yes, you're seeing a younger roster, but they thought this young man was going to be an all-star for years, putting this team on his shoulders, and he has been somewhat of a disappointment this year. Pete McCannon understands it's a process that you have to deal with, and you got to go through some growing pains with some young players.
Franco will turn 25 at the end of August. In the dirt, and Hedges nicely blocking it to advance for the base runner.
Not taking anything away from his ability, because when he came into this league, you just saw that he had that ability, that it factor. And then he turned into that guy that was trying to turn and burn on a lot of pitches. Maybe the ballpark had something to do with that. But they thought he was going to take that next step into stardom, especially this year.
25 home runs last year. 17 so far this year. And he lines one to center field. Margot moves over and makes the catch below the cap high for the first out of the inning. No advance for the base runners. Well, tomorrow night's going to be kids night here on Fox Sports San Diego, game 2 of the series, and here's a look at Phil Maton as a kid. Doesn't look a lot different than he does now.
Actually, this was instructional league this offseason. Yeah.
That's unbelievable how close that is.
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to have kids night here tomorrow night. We're going to have kids do play-by-play. We're going to have kids interview, all kinds of kids stuff going on tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And the things you can do with licorice.
Endless.
Yeah, look at that.
Red vines or Twizzlers?
Yeah.
I'm a red vine.
I'm a red vine guy too.
I'm a Twizzler guy.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good for you. It's too bad.
Black licorice?
No, not a fan.
Not a fan at all.
No.
I love it. Ice cream?
Waffle cones.
Ice cream?
I do like ice cream.
Oh,
yes.
I love waffle cones.
I can't stand it.
You know,
Cone or a cup?
Cone.
Big
Yeah.
cone.
Oh, you
know
guys
what I
go
like?
cone?
You know
I
what
go
I like
cup.
is when the cone gets a little soggy at the end. That's the best part.
You like that?
Soggy cone. It's the name of my new band.
What instrument do you play?
Cowbell?
Jazz flute?
The triangle?
Tambourine.
Swing and a miss. Big cut there. And Maton needed that. Able to strike out Rupp. First strikeout for Maton. 2 down here in the inning.
Now here's a fastball that's paying off to Rupp. 94 right at the top of the zone. He's mixed in more sliders this half inning after those 2 hits. They're going up the ladder to get Rupp.
So 2 on, 2 down. And a pinch hitter coming up here now for the Phillies. Hyun-Soo Kim is going to pinch hit. Time with Baltimore and Philadelphia this year. 209 average with a home run and 10 runs batted in. And here comes Andy Green. after Kim is introduced. Is that Jose Torres warming in the pen? Maton allowing the first two to reach, then getting 2 outs, and that will be the outing for Maton. Pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. Game tied 2-2.
Nationwide have added foot golf onto their golf course.
I'm going to bring fun to the school. I mean, I think for these kids, there's already a lot of pressure for them to do well in the classroom.
I was so excited when I saw that this tournament was on the calendar in San Diego.
Tomorrow on Inside San Diego Sports, we go inside the local golf scene here in San Diego, from the U.S. Women's Amateur Championship to PGA Pro Brian Smock, plus the latest in golf cart technology tomorrow after Padres Live.
I don't think I've ever seen foot golf before.
It's very popular.
The old foot wedge.
You know what is a lot of fun? Frisbee golf.
Oh, I love Frisbee golf.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Jose Torres into the game with 2 outs and 2 on.
Half a hundo now. 50th game for Jose. You know, the high ERA, but you look at the splits. Lefties okay, but doing really well against righties. He is not afraid to pound the ball into righties. Let's see if he goes glove side away to the lefty here. Kim
takes strike 1.
There it is.
He was acquired from the Baltimore Orioles in exchange for right-handed starter Jeremy Hellickson. Hitting at 143 as a pinch hitter this year, 3-4-21 in that category as he pinch hits here. Joseph at second, Williams at first, 2 down here in the 6th inning. And a liner that is a foul ball, just foul down that left field line. Tie game right now, 2-2 with 2 on and 2 down in the 6th inning. Chopped off the plate, and this is going to be tough. Here comes Solarte. Throw on the run, and not in time. Bases loaded. Infield hit. Oh, chopped off the plate into the air, and it seemed like it was never going to come down. In the meantime, Kim beats it out at first base.
Plain and simple, nothing you can do there. And you know what? Jan Hervis was as quick as he could be. Quick on the transfer, quick to that ball. He couldn't have done anything else.
So now the bases for the 2nd straight inning are loaded here with 2 outs for the Phillies. Back up top for Cesar Hernandez.
Omar Vizquel would have barehanded that one.
He sure would have.
Hernandez with a walk in the game. At 0 for 2 as he takes ball 1. They left him loaded in the 5th inning when Hoskins flied out to center field. .318 average in his career in this spot. 2-0. Maton responsible for the runners at 2nd and 3rd. Or 2/3 of an inning as he looks on now from the dugout. That's a strike, and it's 2-1. Two and 2. Torres battling back here against Hernandez.
That ball had some serious movement down and away. And I'm saying serious movement.
Bases loaded here for Philadelphia. 2-2 pitch coming up. And it's on the ground to third. Knocked down by Spangenberg. His throw to first will be late. Run will score. The Phillies take a 3-2 lead. Spangenberg knocked it down. By the time he can collect it and fire it across to first base, the run scores and the throw to first is late. Phillies take a 3-2 lead. As in from third is Tommy Joseph.
The bobble. Then you got to make it up on the back end.
E5 charge to Spangenberg at third base. And off the heel of the glove, it appeared. Bases reloaded, and Freddie Galvis. Torres almost got himself out of that jam, but the Phillies have taken the lead now with a run here in the top half of the 6th inning. In the air to left field, down the line towards the corner. Perella is over in the corner, and he makes the catch. That will end the inning. Nice play by Perella down there in the left field corner, but the Phillies get a run, take a 3-2 lead.
From downtown San Diego, hey, join the team for the inaugural Padres Baseball. It's an event that's going to take place Wednesday from 4 to 8 p.m. at East Village Tavern and Bowl. Both side by side with players, coaches, and alumni. All while raising funds for the Padres Foundation. Tickets at padres.com/baseball. I'm going to be there and trying to pick up some 7-10 splits.
Now Corey Spangenberg trying to atone for the error, be leading it off against a new pitcher, Ricardo Pinto, into the game.
Ricardo Pinto, he's usually used in the 6th or 7th inning. He could be used later. You know, when you look at this Phillies bullpen, they've got their closer, Neris, but other than that, up to that, it's pretty much a mix and match, right?
Spangenberg, Caesar, and Hedges expected to bat in the inning. It's been a good night for Corey at the plate. He's singled to right twice and scored a run. Padres have stranded 6 men on base through the first 5 innings.
Well, Pinto throws the four-seamer, about 95-96. It looks like a combio there. And it looks like that changeup is his best secondary pitch. He'll also mix in a slider as well.
Ball's behind 3-0 here to Spangenberg. And there's a strike, 3-1. Spangenberg taken all the way. Fastball grooved in there. Ball 4 to lead off walk for Spangenberg. So that is the 4th. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th straight inning. The Padres have had the lead runner on. And only 2 times they have scored. Left a total of 6 men on base. Spangenberg at first. Here's Matt Caesar, who has walked and struck out. Caesar getting the start in right field. Broken back grounder towards shortstop. Galvis will go to second, and that's late. Everybody's safe. Kind of threw a changeup over there to second base. And it's late as Spangenberg with a good speed getting in there at second base. So they're going to review it here. Larry Boa on the phone.
Well, you talk about getting to the kitchen. And that slow roller enabling Spangenberg to get to second base. This is very, very close.
Ooh, I don't know.
Safe?
Challenge by the Phillies. Fielder's choice. 2 on and nobody out. Austin Hedges coming up.
Well, with that pitcher spot up next, Hector Sanchez comes out in the on-deck circle. That might change things a little bit here.
Liner to center. Herrera playing it deep center. Won't get there. Knocks it down. Doesn't know where it is. Spangenberg trying to score. Throw to the plate will be not in time. And the Padres have tied the score 3-3 as the runners move up with the throw to the plate. We've been talking about it all night. Herrera playing a very deep center field, and it costs him this time.
Well, that's the challenge as an outfielder when you play deep, those line drives. This is right off the inside part of the bat, and it's sinking, and you can see Herrera making a nice effort. But because how deep he plays, this makes it a tougher play. But the good base running on the back end. Caesar advancing, and also Austin Hedges, because of Herrera's throw, home.
This was relatively close to the plate, too. Spangenberg getting in ahead of the tag, and Hedges gets a single, takes second on the throw.
Did it look like you guys, Spangenberg got home plate with his hand rather than his foot?
He did. Sliding on that back end. But again, third base coach Glenn Hoffman aggressive with no outs, and I thought that was a perfect time to do it with the speed of Spangenberg.
Now McClure, the pitching coach out there for the Phillies, talking to Pinto.
You know, Mark, I think Hoffman, Glenn was looking at Herrera out there. There was that split instant where he didn't know where the ball was, remember?
Yeah.
And that's when the third base coach got to turn it on. And as the base runner, you got to pick that up.
Second and third, nobody out. A run in, and Hector Sanchez, the batter. Sanchez will pop it up mile high in the infield. The shortstop Galvis will make the catch for the first out of the inning. So one pitch to Sanchez, and he pops out for the first out here of the inning.
Mark Sweeney, Don Orsillo. Here's Glenn Hoffman. See him in the first base coach's box. He's got the windmill going, sending Corey Spangenberg right when that spot when Herrera lost the ball just instantaneously out there, taking that extra little second to have Corey Spangenberg go and score the run.
Second and third, one away. Top of the order, Manuel Margot. The infield to play at about halfway. Not all the way in. Back and forth we've gone tonight here, and it is 3-3, tie game again.
Well, Pinto looks more comfortable on his arm side, so Manny might have to pull this baseball.
Fouls it off, and it's 1-1. Go flat out to right in the first, grounded into a fielder's choice in the second, and then reached on the error in the fourth inning, the throwing error by Franco that allowed Spangenberg to score from third at the time. To the backhand goes Rupp, and it's 2-1. Mile-an-hour fastball foul back.
That's a good pass for Manny Margot. Obviously, with 2 strikes now, you have to cut your swing down. We've seen that from Manny. He's got the changeup in this at bat, but also you see the 98 fastball.
The dirt blocked there by Rupp.
This is what makes Manny so impressive as a rookie, because he sets his example of what he wants to try to accomplish early in the bat. Then it changes with 2 strikes. He's able to slash this ball to the opposite field.
Suahe waiting on deck here with the Padres trying to take the lead, and Margot will take the walk to load the bases with one down in the inning. Second walk allowed by Pinto since coming into this game. Conference at the mound here. Nobody warming for the Phillies at the moment. This is Ricardo Pinto's jam. He's pitched his way into, now trying to pitch his way out of. As McCannon walks the dugout.
Little scouting report, a little game plan, and a little cheerleading from Cameron Rupp right there for Pinto.
Suahe has walked, doubled, and grounded out to first base. Take strike one. Fly ball, center field. Herrera getting himself ready. He's under it, and he makes the catch. Tagging at third base is Caesar. Throw is going to be close at third, but not in time, and the run scores. Padres take a 4-3 lead. Caesar comes in from third on the sac fly off the bat of Suahe.
Well, you see Suahe, which is doing his job. Middle center of the diamond, getting it to the outfield. But watch Herrera. He does not play behind this baseball, enabling Hedges to smartly go to third base, but also Margot follows suit and goes to second base. Again, the base running from the Padres setting themselves up. Nice job by Suahe.
Now Jose Pirela with runners at second and third. Pirela singled to left field his last time up, 1 for 3 in the ball game. 3:33 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position for Pirela. Strike one from Pinto. A strike now to Pirela. 7 members of the Padres have batted here so far in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 have scored. They started on the Spangenberg walk. Two and one.
Back-to-back changeups by Pinto.
Just 90 feet away. Margot at second base. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Pirela lines it towards left center field. That's going to get in for a hit. From third comes Hedges. Here comes Margot. 2 more runs in for the Padres. They take a 6-3 lead. Jose Pirela drives in a pair.
Mark Sweeney, I think he did a nice job with this slider here, 2-1. He will gladly sacrifice that shillelagh. Sounds like old Uncle Snappy on that one. Driving in 2 will do just fine.
Well, what's really good about this play is the base running previous to Pirela coming up. Both guys get in scoring position. But that sacrifice fly by Asuaje. Added runs because of the base running by the Padres.
Jan Herbis Solarte. 8th Padre to bat here in the 6th inning. 0 for 3 in the ballgame tonight is Solarte. Throw to first, and Perella back to the bag. Pretty good move, and throw over by Pinto. Well, the second hit of the night for Pirelli. Drives in 2 here. And the Padres have a 6-3 lead. Looking for more. And a check on Perella.
I'm going to go buy a Perella jersey.
Why not?
I'm a big fan. He can flat out hit. And he has proven it.
Adding 3rd in the Padres order now for the last couple weeks. Strike in there to Solarte. 0-2. Solarte is coming off a very good road trip for the Padres. It's one to left, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Perella stops at second base, but Solarte has his first hit of the night, and the 6th inning continues for the Padres.
These Padres just continue to fight off pitches. That one looked like it was inside. A little chicken wing there to left field.
It's been a 4-run inning to this point, and Myers becomes the 9th member of the Padres to bat. I still don't see any action out there in the Phillies pen. Myers has walked and scored, grounded out and flied out, and he takes ball 1. Off the backside by Pinto, spiraled but no throw. The 25th pitch of the inning coming up for Ricardo Pinto. And it's popped up foul off to the right, out of play. Spangenberg waiting on deck. Missing at 97 and falling behind 2-1. Chops that foul up on the top of that, and it is 2-2. Big inning so far for the Padres here in the bottom of the 6th. They've scored 4 times. 3 hits, a couple of walks. Spangenberg waiting on deck. 2-2 pitch. He'll have to wait as Pinto bluffs again. Strike 3 call. Myers knew it, and he takes with him the first strikeout for Pinto. But a big inning for the Padres. They score 4 times. Austin Hedges with a base hit, able to tie the score, and then the Padres take the lead. A 2-run single by Perella. San Diego on top 6-3. Well, certainly a great play at the plate earlier in the game that gave the Padres a chance to come up with the inning they just did. I think if you stay within about 6 seconds, you should be able to get him out of the plate.
I think you're right on time. And look at the execution here from Margot Asuaje, and then the short hop to Hedges, the swipe tag. And after all is said and done, what time did you get on that?
5.8, just shy of 6 seconds.
Yeah, and you're spot on, and that was a huge play, taking a run away from the Phils as we go to the top of the 7th.
Now changes here for the Padres. Double switch with Craig Stammen coming into the game. Fourth arm used by Andy Green in the game into his 43rd game of the year.
Mr. Reliable, Craig Stammen. 27 career appearances versus Philadelphia in his career, 3 starts. Owns a 2.83 ERA against these Phillies. And heavy workload as we take a look at Dusty Coleman now playing shortstop for San Diego.
Solarte comes out of the game. The pitcher spot in the batting order now 4th. Duel Herrera leading it off here in the 7th inning. The Phillies now trailing by 3 runs. He struck out, doubled, and singled. Also driven in a run. Frame there by Hedges, but it's outside. Chop towards second base as Wahe plays the high hop and makes a good throw for out number 1 of the 7th inning. One down, and that'll bring up Reese Hoskins. His first major league home run back in the 4th inning. A solo shot off the Padres starter tonight, Travis Wood. Strike 1 from Stammen. So Wood started when 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. Phil Maton, 2/3 of an inning, charged with a run, but it was unearned. Jose Torres went a 3rd. Stammen on here for the 7th as the first out on a ground out. Foul tip there, and it's 0-2 to Hoskins. So Torres coming in right now. He is the pitcher of record. With the Padres scoring 4 times in the bottom of the 6th inning to take this 6-3 lead. Close pitch, nicely framed by Hedges, but just off the plate. In the air to left field, struck pretty well for Hoskins, and that ball is going to be gone. He got his first major league home run in the 4th inning, gets another one, a solo shot with 1 out of the 7th inning. It's now 6-4 Padres. Hoskins has gone deep again.
Well, I know one thing for sure. When this kid gets extended, he can put a jolt into it. Last home run, first home run of the major leagues, 3-2 fastball. This is a 1-2 fastball. Craig had him in the hole, just didn't get it down enough. That ball right at the belt buckle. He wanted that one down by the knees or lower.
Oh, leaked out over the plate.
Yes, it did.
And Tommy Joseph takes a pretty good cut. Single to right field his last time up and scored a run. 2 home runs tonight for Hoskins. Goes around 0-2. This is more of the line drive variety home run. Didn't take long to get out of here.
Yeah.
Stammen coming into the game here in the 7th inning gets Herrera to ground out to second. Allows the solo shot to Hoskins. That's his 2nd home run of the night. Now a sharply hit ball to third. Spangenberg. Good throw across, 2 down. Sharply hit, but right in the direction of the Padres' 3rd baseman. Stammen with 2 outs in the inning will now deal with Nick Williams, right fielder coming up here for the Phillies, who has been aboard twice, a walk and a single, wrapped around a strikeout looking back in the 4th inning. Strike 1. Stammen on the breaking ball that time.
He's got a good breaking ball working tonight. Just a mistake out and over the plate, as you mentioned, Don, leaked over the outer third. Hoskins got extended.
Stammen ahead 0-2. Michael Franco waiting on deck. There are 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Two from Stammen. Towards the end of the bat, foul back to the screen. He's getting a little closer here, picking up a run in the 7th inning after the Padres had taken a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, how huge is that 4-run 6th?
Enormous. Check swing on a ball in the dirt, but he did not offer, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
I'd like to take a look at that one.
You think he may have?
No. I'll give him that. I like that angle there because you can see the head of the bat didn't even go past his left shoulder. Nice.
Strike 3 call. Well, Stammen makes one mistake in the inning. The home run by Hoskins. 6-4 Padres. Of the Philadelphia Phillies. And as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning, the 7th inning stretch is presented by your San Diego Hyundai dealers. Well, the Padres batting around in the 6th inning. And it's Corey Spangenberg who's going to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pinto, who gave up the 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, is back out there for the 7th. Nobody was warming up in the pen while he was having trouble and his struggles in the inning. Fouled off the catcher, Rupp, and it's even at 1-1. The starter tonight for the Phillies, Jared Eichhoff, went 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. 1 was earned. But Pinto right now on the hook for Philadelphia. Spangenberg hits one in the air to left field pretty deep. Hoskins going back at the track. It is gone! Corey Spangenberg with a home run the other way. His 3rd hit of the night. 4th time he's been aboard. And for Spangenberg, his 11th home run of the year. Padres take a 7-4 lead. Spangenberg going the other way on that home run. So leadoff home run for Corey Spangenberg, and now Matt Caesar coming up, and good extension there.
We saw it in Los Angeles. You hangy to Spangy, and he will bangy. Now that's nice. And I got to be honest with you, Donald. I know you have him tonight and pick the stick, right?
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Oh, yeah, you did. Now, here's the way I look at it. I'm rooting for you, my friend.
You want to keep it in the booth.
I want to keep the gnome in the booth.
Fly ball the other way for Caesar, and back is Williams with room. He'll make the catch for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning.
Stay hot, Corey Spangenberg.
The Padres getting their 3-run lead back again. And 1 out here in the 7th, and Austin Hedges coming up. Hedges with a sac fly in the 2nd inning, picking up his 45th RBI. Singles in the 4th and 6th innings. Driving in 2 runs on the night. Sort of amazed that Pinto is still in this game, and there is nobody warming in the Phillies pen.
That is very odd.
He's given up 5 runs in an inning and a third of relief. Outside the Hedges, 2-2 the count.
You got yourself a 12-point night right now.
Oh, is that all? Don't forget the error. There was an error mixed
11,
in there.
my bad.
Yeah. Which I think is bogus, by the way. That an error should count against you.
Yeah, you're only ahead now by like 42 points.
Pick the stick. Offensive game.
Both sides of the ball, my friend.
Actually, it isn't. Here's a ground ball towards third base.
Oh.
Bronco, tough hop, stayed with it. Wow, he's got quite an arm.
That's a nice play because that ball hit the lip of the grass and stayed down on him.
Changed direction. This guy slings it across the diamond. Watch this ball change direction.
You watch it.
Stayed down on him. 2 down here in the inning. And Dusty Coleman coming up. Let me ask you this, Cha-Cha.
What do you got?
If a guy makes a great play defensively, you get 0 credit.
Yeah, but how do you?
Like maybe he makes like a stellar play, it saves a run.
Well,
throws out a guy at the plate.
That's
you get zip up. But if a guy makes an error, it's a -1. That's brutal.
Hurts the team.
Dusty Coleman is part of the double switch, batting for the first time tonight. The off home run by Corey Spangenberg. Since then, Caesar is flied out. Hedges is grounded out.
Remember that graphic we showed? Was it in our game open regarding the home runs on the road, the fewest in Major League Baseball for the Phillies? And Hoskins, the rookie, hitting 2 tonight.
First 2 in his big league career, and Coleman gets hit with a pitch up and in. Fastball gets him. Spins away and gets it in the back.
Don, you mentioned that there's a proper way to turn. See how Dusty Coleman shows name and number to the pitcher? That's the way you want to turn. That left shoulder back towards the umpire and the catcher.
Bob McClure, the pitching coach for the Phillies, out there. Action for the first time here in a while out there for the Phillies. Obi Milner up in the pen. Pinto, since coming into this game, has allowed 5 runs. Run in this inning, and with 2 outs, he hits Dusty Coleman. And well, Margot coming up. Margot has fly to right, grounded into a fielder's choice, reached on an error. Last time up, walked and scored the 6th Padres run. Now have a 7-4 lead. Runner goes at first in Coleman. There's a fly ball out towards right center field. Williams moving back and over to make the catch that ends the inning. But Corey Spangenberg starts the inning with his 11th home run of the year, his 3rd in the last 2 days. Opposite field shot as the Padres on top 7-4 at the end of 7 from Petco Park.
Reds and Rizzo and Bryant would bookend a big ball game, 15-5, Cubs over Cincinnati.
Well, you see Rizzo turning the heat around, and also the breaking ball to Bryant, his 22nd on the year. They have to get going for the Cubs to be dangerous.
Cubs right now 1.5 games over St. Louis in the Central. Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. When we see after the final out, you're going to hear from Andy Green, and we'll also get you set for tomorrow. Hey, little birdie told me it's kids' night.
It is kids' night. I can't wait.
Sports San Diego. It's going to be huge, so we'll get you all set for that when we see you after the last out. Don and Mark?
All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much as we play along here to the 8th inning. San Diego on top 7-4. And a new pitcher now for the Padres as Kirby Yates into the game.
We're going to see Kirby back on the hill, and now his 44th game, combined numbers with the Angels and the Padres. Putting together a pretty good year. Last time out was in Cincinnati, so he is fresh and ready to go. That was back on the 10th. Reinstated today on the family leave list. And just in a nutshell, everything's A-OK.
Franco 0-for-3 in the game, has struck out, grounded out, and lined out. Craig Stammen pitched the 7th inning, gave up 1 hit. That was the home run. The 2nd home run for Reese Hoskins of the game. Also recorded a strikeout, faced 4 batters in the 7th inning, and now Kirby Yates. Dealing with 7, 8, and 9 here for Philadelphia. So Wood, the starter, went 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. Phil Maton charged with a run. It was unearned. And 2/3. Torres went a 3rd. Stammen an inning, and now Yates. Pitcher of record right now is Jose Torres. Swing and a miss. Franco strikes out for the first out here in the 8th inning. Let's revisit the keys to the game. Brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Knock Eichhoff off the hill early. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, and take advantage of the mistakes of the Phillies. Maikel Franco's error allowed Spangenberg to score, so that's
not bad.
What about C+?
Yeah, no, I go higher than that.
B-? By the way, did you like the plus-minus system or just straight A, B?
No, I like the plus-minus system.
Do you?
Yeah. Because my C+ looked really much stronger than a regular C. Pretty solid C+ student. Pitches in there for a strike to Rupp. It's a good thing this baseball gig thing worked out, because otherwise I have no skills.
You and me both.
Rupp with a single back in the 5th inning. Swings through that and is down 0-2. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's some giddy up.
Pinch hitters come out in the pitcher spot for the Phillies. Andres Blanco. Up and in. Three with the Phillies, 4 with the Nationals on this homestand for the Padres. Up on a check swing. Foul ball back off the backstop. Well, 2 night games in this 3-game series against the Phillies and a day game on Wednesday. One, two, foul to the screen. We'll do it again, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and striking out is Rupp. Back-to-back Ks for Yates. 2 down.
Well, we know he's got the fastball. We know he's got the slider. How about the changeup? It's like a split finger grip, and that was a really good shot. Staying on top of it, you could see that almost, I don't want to say screwball, but it had that counterclockwise rotation because of that grip, and great arm speed. But I think the key is staying on top of that, so you get that rotation and that break at home plate.
2 down here in the 8th inning. And it brings up Andres Blanco, the pinch hitter. Strike 1. .167 hitter with a home run. 5 runs batted in, and his 64th game of the year. So he made 19 starts this year. 5 for 23 as a pinch hitter. And he pops it up. Dusty Coleman, the shortstop, on the short lawn in center. A 1-2-3 8th inning for Kirby Yates. Padres enjoy a 7-4 lead. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Father Joe's Villages. Call 1-800-HOMELESS or visit neighbor.org to make a tax-deductible donation of cash, cars, or furniture. By Petco, where the pets go. And by GNC. It's on to the last of the 8th inning in San Diego. The Padres on top 7-4. And it'll be a Suaje, Perella, and the pitcher spot expected here in the inning. The pitcher now in for the Phillies, Luis Garcia.
Well, Luis Garcia has allowed 7 runs on 9 hits in 5 1/3 innings since he had a 21 2/3 inning scoreless streak. He is usually their 8th inning guy when they have a lead. It's kind of mix and match down there. Boy, high splits for the lefties, 287 as opposed to that 182. Throws about 97, throws a split and a slider. Has spent some time in AAA Lehigh Valley. Ever been to Lehigh Valley?
I have not.
No. I think they're the Iron Pigs.
They are.
There's that split.
Last time I was in the International League at AAA, the Phillies were in Scranton.
Yeah, they were there for a long time.
Yeah, nice stadium.
It's almost like the Yankees back in Columbus, right?
Yes, they were there a long time.
Where are the Yankees now?
They're in Scranton now.
Wow.
The Columbus Clippers. For a great many years.
And then, of course, the Toledo Mud Hens was Detroit for many. Are they still Toledo?
I think they still are, yeah. Ned Skeldon Stadium in Toledo.
Red Skeldon?
Ned Skeldon.
Oh, Ned. I thought
Ned.
Ned. I thought you meant like the actor comedian.
Fouled off to the left out of play. Scan actually pitched there.
Really?
Yeah. This is Wahe. Getting it off here in the 8th inning. Fouled off to the left out play. Luis Garcia, third pitcher of the night, used by the Phillies. Ricardo Pinto on the hook right now for the Phillies. Line to left center and a base hit. Carlos Asuaje going the other way. Single starts the 8th. It's time now for the Bill Howe play of the game, and they are plays of the game. A big 4-run 6th inning for the Padres. Hedges off the glove of Herrera. Spangenberg would score. And Asuaje with a sac fly to center field. That scores Caesar, and then Pirela driving in 2. A 4-run bottom of the 6th inning for the Padres. They would add a run in the 7th on the home run by Corey Spangenberg. Spangenberg's been on base 4 times in this game, 3 hits. And a pitch inside to Pirela. 2 hits for Pirela, the single to left in the 5th. A 2-run single to center in the 6th inning. I told you the pitcher spot is coming up here and is on deck, and Hunter Renfroe has come out on deck here for the Padres to bat in that spot. And Matt Caesar getting the start in right field tonight. Renfroe part of Andy Green's bench. On a strike now to Pirela. Towards shortstop and Galvis. He'll flip to second for 1 on to first for 2. Double play.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Two down in the 8th. And Hunter Renfroe pinch hitting here in the pitcher's spot. So that is the night for Kirby Yates, went an inning and struck out 2.
Good to see Kirby get back in the saddle.
Yeah, nice 1-2-3 inning for him. Yep. 2 strikeouts and the pop out. Clean inning of relief for Kirby Yates. Renfroe, the healthy hack there, 1-1. Pitch was up and in. .99 for you from Luis Garcia.
Whoa!
Look out. Up and in. Watch your face.
Come on now. I think this is just a case of Garcia overthrowing. I mean, he wound up and he just kind of reared back. You know, the catcher Rupp was out of the crouch. He wanted to go up the ladder down the middle of the plate.
Swing and a miss, goes down and away after going up and in, and Renfroe strikes out to end the 8th. On to the 9th, Padres on top 7-4. And it's Corey Spangenberg after having 2 home runs yesterday. Singles to right in the 2nd inning, singles to right in the 4th inning. Would score a run, walks in the 6th and scores, and then in the 7th, an opposite field home run. His 11th home run of the year. And a big night for Spangenberg with the Padres enjoying a 7-4 lead. We head now to the top of the 9th inning, and Brad Hand, the closer into the game, trying to grab a save here for the Padres.
Last time out was up in Los Angeles for Brad Hand. He is well rested. That was back on Friday. Inning and a third. Got the 4-out save.
Cesar Hernandez leading it off here, top of the order for the Phillies. There's strike one from Hand. The fastball at 93. Hernandez has been aboard twice without the benefit of a hit. And as you see, the new defensive alignment for the Padres, Renfroe into the game in right, Caesar moving from right to left. And with an 0-1. Chopped and a fair ball down the left field line into the corner. Caesar going to dig it out as Hernandez heads to second base with a leadoff double to begin things here in the 9th inning. Infield in on the corners with Spangenberg in on the grass, and that one quickly by him at third.
Well, he got to that ball quickly. I think Brad Hand wanted that ball in just a little bit more. Yeah, in, cuts down the range. Step and a dive out of the reach of Spangenberg.
So a double starts the 9th inning. Freddie Galvis now a 2-hit night. Singles to right and to left. Chops it. Hand off the backside of the hill, looks the runner back, and then fires to first for the first out of the 9th inning. Nice play. Never easy when you're going off the backside of that mound, and he did it nicely.
Look at how athletic Brad Hand is on that hill. The left-hander's momentum going towards third base. The high chopper, he backs up. Look at the vertical. And then fires a seed over to Will Myers. Oh, he is an athlete. Freezes the runner at second base.
One out runner at second base, and Odubel Herrera coming up.
That's a cool hand right there.
Herrera 2 for 4 in the ball game. Double in the third, single in the fifth. A big open stance. Feet wide apart on the left side. Jumping on the first pitch, fouling it back, and hurt himself on that cut.
Wow. Did he kind of want to grab towards his left hamstring? Right there? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He did, didn't he?
Sure did. Still trying to stretch it out. Hernandez at second base, 1 out in the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. Pitch running away. 0-2.
Well, he's not afraid to swing, is he?
No, he'll go up there hacking. Odubel Herrera, 2 hits in the game.
That's like going to the batting cage and popping in the token. You only got 10 balls coming your way. You're going all out, all 10. He's going to get his money's worth.
Line down the left field line, foul. Started with a double by Cesar Hernandez down the line and left. Galvis grounding back to the mound and Brad Hand. 1 out, runner at second here in the top of the 9th inning for Philadelphia. Padres trying to take game 1 of the series. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and striking out is Herrera. 2 down in the 9th inning for Brad Hand.
Almost had the look as if Herrera was going to swing no matter what was thrown up there. And Brad Hand counters by saying, you know what, I can spot my breaking ball pretty much wherever I want. How about 81 down and away off the plate? Have at it. No chance.
2 down in the 9th inning. Reese Hoskins got his first major league home run in the 4th inning. Solo shot. Got another one in the 7th inning. 2 home runs in the game. First 2 in the big leagues. That's for the runner at second and 2 down. And is at second as Hand looks out in his direction. Down and in, and Hoskins gets hit.
He went. Oh! I thought he swung on that. Because if he swings and hits him, it's a dead ball. It's a strike. He goes back.
First base umpire Sam Holbrook said he did not go. So the hit batter brings the tying run to the plate.
There's the breaking ball. Let's check out the swing. Oh my gosh. Quickly appeal. Didn't get the call.
First and second, 2 down. Tommy Joseph, who has 16 home runs on the year, represents the tying run. Ball 1 away. Joseph with a single in the 6th inning, 1 for 4 in the ball game. And is at second, Hoskins at first, 2 outs here in the 9th. On the ground towards shortstop. Coleman will flip this second. That's the ball game. You can talk to the Hand. Brad Hand with another save. And the Padres win it 7-4 as they take game 1 of the 3-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies. A 7-4 victory tonight for the Padres. Padres Live is coming up. Mike Pomeranz, what's in store?
Well, you're going to hear from Andy Green in just a couple of moments. Also, we hope to catch up with Corey Spangenberg. Had himself another home run tonight, and the Major League Baseball story of the evening. You don't want to miss it.